Hello and welcome back to my channel for once more. Today we are doing the teachers, which honestly I think I did really good on as of now. Um with the Winx Club with the rest of the Winx Club group coming out, I didn't do them as good as I did the teachers in my opinion because I did the Winx Club like way before when I was just starting out doing Bloom and the rest of the episode 1 gang. Um but that's okay. I will probably do better on them in later transformations, so you guys don't have to worry about that. But for right now, let's worry about the teachers. So, firstly, we have Mr. Palladium or Professor Palladium, and I didn't really want to change like a lot of things with his design. It's just too the colors are perfect, the look is everything. His outfit is beautiful. So overall, I didn't really change much about him. If you guys saw that little thing I did, maybe you guys know what I'm talking about. But as of right now, we'll skip over it. Um, I really just like I don't really know if I want to change him much in my rewrites. Of course, I'm gonna change some aspects. Some you already just saw with that, with the rough sketch I did. Um, but yeah, one thing I know for certain, that like revolves around him. I just want to clarify immediately. Boys in my little rewrite can be fairies attending alfea. I don't know why people think guys can't be fairies, especially when we saw like multiple fairies um from the first movie, Secret of the Lost Kingdom. We saw one, and then we see a quite like a handful throughout the series. So people can't really deny their existence as of right now. But anyways, I want let me just yeah, let me just clarify that now. Boys can be fairies. I really want that to be apparent cuz I love the concept of fairies, but the fact it was like so restricted to mostly just girls in the main show, it kind of made me kind of sad. But we'll just for now I really hope they change that somewhere in the reboot. But where they're more like apparent. But like I said, let me just get that point across because I will definitely be presenting more male fairies later on. With, let me just say right now, him being one of them. And then later on with some of the main cast as well. Or not some of the main cast. The main cast is the girls. But with other individuals, which I'll talk about later on while this little series goes on. But pretty much, I didn't change much for him or really want to. The most I changed for him was the little swirly designs. And I also add a little something more to his design more later on. You can see right now as I do that. I don't know if you guys would know what this little thingy was. Um, but I hope some fans of the show catch on to what I'm doing with it and what it's supposed to be, because I feel like some of y'all would know, like if you guess like good enough. I feel like, well, I don't know. I would hope somebody you would know, because Lowki, this is my favorite part of one of the seasons. But anyways, that's Mr. Palladium or Professor Palladium. I really had just a blast with just doing him. I don't know. He was very nice to make. I just like had fun. Also, patterns will be very relevant in these real designs. Let me just point that out right now. But yeah, on to the next design. For the next design, we have D4, Do4. I think that's how you pronounce it. And let me just say, her relevancy throughout the series, I forgot she existed. Like, the only reason I was reminded of her existence was because while I was watching, shout out to Probably Ghost, but while I was, or Ghost Probably, sorry. Or is it Probably Ghost? Either or. The one who also does Winx Club redesigns. The only reason I remember Do 4 was because of them. And I was just like, wait, who is this stranger? After they said Do 4, and I was like, who on God's green earth is this? And then I had to look her up, and on the wiki, it only said she mostly showed up in the comics. But then she only was relevant for 1 to 2 to season 1 and 2, and then after that she was kind of forgot of, which like made me really sad because like look at her, she's such a diva. So I knew from an early age I had to make her relevant. I couldn't leave her in the dust like the writers did. I needed this diva to shine. So I gave her outfit a quick upgrade, giving her a longer dress, some white undershirt or under sweater question mark flannel. No, not flannel. Sweater. I think so. Um, that's what they called it. Gave her some feathers. Did a little this and that with her because I learned from the wiki, if I remember. Let me just pull up my little notes guide. Sorry. Apparently, she. Sorry, goodness gracious. She, okay, she teaches, I think etiquette, if I remember correctly. If I remember correctly, I'm sorry if I got it wrong a little bit, but pretty much, I was just like, okay, we can work with this. We can do something, just something with this. And for that, I was just like, okay, so what can I really make her? So I'm gonna just keep her as the fairy of etiquette for this little redesign, because I don't think any of the teachers really got to show their fairy form, except for, actually, never mind, I lied. I don't know who except showed their fairy form. So yeah, I just wanted to do her overall. Um, I just wanted to do her fairy form. So, or actually no, I don't do her fairy form right now. No. That would be too much as of right now. But I do want to show. I do want to one day, design fairy forms for each of the teachers. Like make them shine. Of course, some of them won't get fairy forms because some of them are different species. But that's okay. As of now, they'll just be them. But for Do 4, I hope I did her justice. I want to make her more relevant. So as one of the teachers from Alfea, she'll be more relevant as I mention more teachers throughout this little redesign. Because there's a lot of forgotten teachers and like staff members, staff teams within Winx Club. So I wish to very much more present them out than what the original Winx Club series did, where they just like showed them for certain comics or just in certain places. So I just wanted to make them a little bit more relevant than what we originally got, because I feel like every member should be represented, because no one should be left out. But that's pretty much it for her redesign. I later on I'll make charts, friendship charts with the teachers, Winx Club members, and just show her and her relationships. But that's about it for Do 4. moving on, we got probably my second favorite staff member. If I ever, I don't know. He just really speaks to me, Miss Professor Wizgigs. He just, I didn't know what to really do for his redesign because like there's like the picture like upper left just there. There's like that to work with and his reboot design, but I didn't really want to touch that. Or I don't really remember it low key because I remember seeing it in a few episodes while watching the reboot, and it was okay. I think question mark. I don't know. I can't remember it, but pretty much I just put his put his clo- put his little coat thingy, put it together, gave him his flower, and just overall worked with that. I gave him this little smug smile. I don't know what to really say about Professor Wizgigs. He he's definitely a jokester. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. He definitely jokes, but he's very serious about his teacher position. So much so he does. Okay, so I kind of want to base him off one of my real life teachers. I'm not gonna name drop, of course. No, 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 no. I never name drop. But basing his personality off one of my teachers. I kind of wanted I kind of want to do that with him because like I don't know, his overall style just like gives me that kind of vibe. So I want him to like be very wild within the morning, like just very very crazy. Like it was like he never went to bed, or actually too much energy, just too much energy. I want him to be very awake in the morning and be very just bright, just upright, just like trying to wake up all the other students as they try to maybe pass out during class if they are really tired. But ultimately, he just like leaves them alone. He just gives me such personalities of just this fun guy. I gave him like a. I wanted it to like show like kind of like okay, think of like a science teacher. I kind of want to give him like I kind of wanted to give him like what's the things called bacteria kind of pattern. So I found this really cool pattern with the IBS paints free patterns they have that I can use, and I scaled it down really really small to make a sort of microscopic bacteria sort of pattern, and I think it looks really good on him, Lowki. I think it's pretty. It just fits with him pretty well, and I like that about his design. I probably should have went to that with or with Professor Palladium since he does teach alchemy if I remember correctly, potionology. If I remember correctly, I'm sorry, my brain is a little scattered because I've watched the show, but I don't remember certain things about the teachers. I know he does the simulation room, and I think he does teach potionology if I remember correctly. Yeah, yeah. I probably should have given that to Professor Palladium, but I opted for Professor Wizgigs because it just seems right for him. That it doesn't mean I'm changing his whole entire like class to potionology. No, no. He's staying the same Professor Wizgiz with his little class. I think it was called shapeshifting class. No, no, no. I'm sorry. My brain isn't scambles. Or I don't know. There's just so much to remember with within Winx Club, but I think I got him just right in my personal opinion. So yeah, that's Professor Wizgigs. moving on. This is my number one, my tippy top. I don't care what anyone says, but Mrs. Griselda. When I told some of my friends that Mrs. Griselda is the diva, she's the one, she's the greatest, my friend was just like, but what if she gave you detention? What would you say then if you were a student at Alfea? And to that I would say, why diva? Why would you do that? But also slay the day away. Cause Lowki, she was a diva. Y'all can fight me on that all you want, but she was a diva. So I drew her original outfit at first, but then I wanted to like change it up. So I needed teacher inspiration, quickly, fast, and well produced. So what did I do? I grabbed I watched an episode of the new season of Abbott Elementary to get inspiration, and I knew immediately which one to point to when I need fashion. Um, when I need fashion help, Ava, the diva herself. So I looked to her for inspiration for a fit, and I think it was one of the second episodes of the new season where I got this like I think it was I don't know, it was a dress of some sort, and I was just like, okay, you know what? Let me grab inspiration for that. That seems very inspirable. I think it was a blue one. I would need to check again. Oh yeah, I tried to give her puffy sleeves, but we had to go back to the rough little broad shoulders dress because it just fits her very well. I made her dress shorter eventually because I don't know, the long dress was just not giving to me. She needed to show some of her legs and not just her feet. So I opted for a shorter dress, slimmed it down to like tighten around her knees. Gave her a white undershirt, one of those business professional white shirts, but made it a more pastel blue, as blue is just her. Blue is just her color. I really liked how they made the blue pretty much her little color. It was it's just great. I added some gradient to her dress and her top, and I gave her this lemon pattern because lemon just screams her. She can be very sour, very what's the word? Very I think tart is the word, but she can also be very sweet. I feel like she just really loves her students, even though she might give detention very much, like a lot. She still loves and cares for the students of Alfea, and she may be a little hard to please, but it's all for the best at the end. Um, if that makes sense. I don't know. Please get what I'm saying. But yeah, I just really like her design. Oh yeah, I gave her a hint of orange, cause like orange and blue complementary colors. Gave her a little bloom moment with her orange and blue. Um, but that's pretty much it. And I made her little key. Um, gave it that gold finish. I didn't know really where to place her key. Like, should I put it on the collar? Maybe in her hair? Question mark. But I ended up opting for where the little bow is, and I think that turned out pretty good. But yeah, I hope. But yeah, she can be rough on the edges, but overall, at the end of the day, she's always gonna care for the students of Alfea, even if she gives them detention for just a little mishap. But yeah, that's pretty much it For Miss Griselda, the teachers were really fun to redesign because, like, they are very different compared to the Winx because it's all glitter, all great, all frilly, cutesy outfits, and then you have them in their like business attire and their serious kind of vibe, or some of them aren't that serious, but business professional kind of vibe they have with their style and clothing and or attitude. So it was just very fun to redesign them and try to think of like some things to add to them. But overall, season 1 characters, I probably won't change much for season 1, but going on and on with the redesigns, I'll definitely find more ways to change up the stories within different seasons. So you guys will just have to wait for that, because as of right now, I like barely have any ideas for season 1 characters, but don't you worry. Much more will come in the future, even though it might take like 2 to 3 years tops, maybe 4. I'm sorry. But I hope more and more of you will gather around and just enjoy this little story and rewrite and any other projects I may do in the future. But for now, I'm a to the loo and just see you guys within the next video.